everybody, welcome back. Know it's been a while. Not really getting as many watches as I've wanted this year, but I really think this is a cool one. It's staying kind of in the theme of the past few watches that I've reviewed. As you can tell right off the bat, logo's right on it. It's Hruodland. HRU, kind of weird to pronounce. I believe that's how you say it. One thing I don't love is that whoever sold it put stickers all over it. So peeling these off is really going to ruin the case. It's going to get all that sticky gook on it. Wish they didn't do that, but I do like the case itself. It's very similar to like the Addy Dive cases. They're like these hard shell, almost like Pelican cases, but really like that. Let's pop it open, take a look at the watch, and like I said, you already know what it is based on the thumbnail most likely, but if you don't know, it is a pilot's watch. This is kind of like an IWC Big Pilot. You get some interesting things here in the case. You get your little tool here, which has, multiple pusher sides, but you don't really need that with this watch. The watch strap is easy removal, so I'm not really sure what purpose that would play. You really don't need it. If you put on a regular bracelet, I guess you then might need it, but instructions, a little warranty card. Don't steal my information, but I don't know why you would claim a warranty on this watch. It was around $100, I think. It's currently on AliExpress's spring sale, which is interesting, but it's really not an expensive watch. But here it is, looking at it right out of the case. It's a really nice looking watch. I can tell right off the bat, I knew it was large, but it is definitely large. This face is 43 millimeters. I'll give you the full breakdown of the sizes in a second, but it's got some good weight to it also. This is a really heavy watch. I don't really love the rivets on the watch band, but we'll take a closer look at that in a second. But yeah, initial impressions are it is exactly what I want it to be. There could have been a logo on the face. I got it without that just because I think that's nicer looking. But if you do want it to say Hruodland on it, you can go ahead and get that right there on that face. Here we are now diving into a closer look of the watch itself. As you can tell, it has this beautiful black face. It is quite reflective, which I really like. I'm going to show you the close-up of the second hand in a little bit, but it is a propeller blade, which is kind of cool. Going for kind of an aviation theme. Also very much looks like kind of a boat propeller, which is kind of cool. So if you're into either of those things, it makes sense. Obviously, aviation fans, it is an airplane propeller as a pilot's watch. You have the nice large crown here, which is really nice. It is a hand wind watch. As you can see, there is no rotor there on the back of this watch. It's the Seagull ST3620 movement. Really, really nice. Water resistant to 100 meters. It also mentions that the lume on it is the BGW9 Blue Nightlight. I've never heard of that. I'm not sure if that's the same as anywhere, but that's also kind of cool. It is a cowhide rivet strap. It is black, but it does kind of look brown in the light, so that is interesting. The watch itself is 92 grams, so that's a pretty good heft to it. It is a 43 millimeter case diameter. The bracelet width is 22 millimeters, and then it goes down to right around 20 millimeters as it tapers, and it is 12.5 millimeters thick. So this is a pretty substantial watch. If you have a small wrist, this is definitely not for you. Even on my 7.5, 7.25 inch wrist, this thing wears big. Other things to note is it is nice and brushed. It is not overly shiny, which I do like. You do have a little bit of shine kind of on this, ring around the outside of the face. But other than that, the brush really looks nice with the watch. The back is fairly simple, but it is a display back, which is nice. And you can kind of see this watch strap a little closer. It interestingly does not say genuine leather anywhere on it, even though it does claim it is a cowhide rivet strap. So I'm not really sure if it's real or not. But now let's check out the lume. Let's throw it on the wrist and let's get some final impressions of this really cool looking pilot's watch. Here we are just taking a closer look though first at the second hand. You can tell that's the propeller I mentioned. It's definitely an aviation propeller. The little red dot on it is the actual second hand, and it spins. You see 15, 30, 45 around it. Really cool, very, very unique. A little bit of blue, it looks like, also where the minute and hour hand connect into the watch, which is strange because blue and black don't really necessarily always go together very nicely, but this is really cool. I really like that propeller feature. I wasn't really sure what it was on the initial pictures. I thought it might just be kind of a design element and didn't have much of a function, but it is the fully functioning second hand, which is really nice. Other than that, the face up close looks pretty good. I don't see any glaring cosmetic issues. All the numbers look really nice. The applied markers look really nice. The paint itself also looks really nice. It's kind of a nice matte black, but it does have a bit of shine when you look at it head on through the crystal. Yeah, it's a really nice looking watch. I'm really not finding things that I'm not into here, but like the thing's pretty stunning looking. Like, just looking at it through the camera, not even with my naked eye, I'm like, wow, it's a pretty beautiful looking watch. But let's throw it on the wrist and let's look at the lume. Here we have the lume on the watch. It is interesting. It does say that it is the blue light lume on the website, and in the camera it looks very blue, but to the naked eye it's just straight up green. If you told me this is just your standard green lume that's on every watch, I would believe you, but through the camera it looks very blue, which is quite interesting. It works well. I like to fire it up. Some people have asked. This is just one of those like secret agent pens where you write and use the black light to kind of see what you wrote. It fires it up really well because it uses that UV light. But the lume is really nice. It's nothing special, but it is definitely not by any means bad. It looks blue in the camera. It looks green in person, but it does its job, and it is a really, really good quality lume. Here we are on the wrist. As you can see, it is a very substantial sized watch. The one thing I really don't like is the bracelet. I love that it tapers, but I don't love the way it tapers. I don't love the rivet. I don't really love the color. I do think on second inspection, this is a brown leather bracelet. So I think that's a little strange. Brown bracelet, black face, blue in the middle. Color-wise, it's all over the place, but I would definitely change out this leather strap to something probably more black or maybe even just a straight up lighter color. But other than that, the face of this watch is just really nice to look at. I love the little propeller. I love the large crown. Everything you want from a watch like this that is aviation themed, big crown, IWC style is really, really cool. Yeah, I would just swap out that bracelet. Other than that, on the wrist, it wears very large. But if you're into that thing, this is definitely the watch for you. Final thoughts is, it's a really nice watch. Is it worth $130? I'm not totally sure. I would like to see this watch maybe come in under that, maybe 80, 90 bucks. I don't know much about the brand, so I don't know if they're considered more premium. I don't think they are from what I've seen and from what I've read and from what you guys have reviewed in the past, but everything about this watch does scream quality to me. I'm very happy with the finishing, the fit of it, the way it looks, the accents on it. Everything about it is just top notch, so I do think it does warrant a premium. It's definitely worth more than the other two pilots that I've tested before, and don't get me wrong, I'm totally fine with the price I paid for it. I'm just trying to justify in this world where these AliExpress Chinese style watches are super cheap overall. Is this worth the somewhat premium to pay north of $125 for it when it's not on sale? I'm not totally sure, but I do think it is absolutely worth it for what you get. It is a great quality watch. It looks nice. If you get it without the logo, I think it's even nicer looking. The box it comes in is also really nice, minus the stickers. And the most important thing is I live on the East Coast of the United States. This thing came in just about a week. That is fantastic shipping time, especially from where we were a few years ago, where this would take 2 months. So I recommend this watch 100%. If you're looking for a pilot style watch, this is probably the watch for you if you can pull up the size. If you can't, I'll keep looking. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Send me some recommendations on watches you want to see me review, and I'll see you guys next time.